sweet sound of silence as she eats her breakfast. I'm wearing my Christmas jumper today with some pyjamas. They're like a loungewear style. They have a zip in them, so they're not for sleeping, they're for lounging. I didn't make them, I bought them. I did make the jumper, however. It's a Susan Crawford one. It's the 5th of December today. I have just pinned on my mannequin a style of skirt I'm thinking of adding to the pinafore. It will be a square neck bodice fitted, and then I'm thinking it's from a pattern. It's not a circle skirt, it's not a half circle, it's just slightly less than that, and it's 4 panels, so 2 front and 2 back, with a seam down the middle, so I can take advantage of that seam and do like a bias. So instead of having the pattern matching this way, it will be like a V, like coming into that. I don't have 2 hands. I think that's going to be nice. I was worried it would be unflattering and a little bit like dumpy, but actually I think it will be nice. And I popped on this jumper, just whipped it off and put it on the mannequin, and it does actually look really nice, because I want this pinafore to be able to layer with jumpers on top, or like knitwears underneath, the finer ones, or like a little blouse or something. So it's versatile. Today's main crafting thing is going to be, I'm going to start those gingerbread houses. Really excited. And I'm just going to start, see where we go. Got half an hour until nap time, and then I'm not working today. I just do 3 days a week. And this week they are Wednesday evening and then the weekend. And then my other week is 3 weekday evenings and then the weekend off. So I always have every other weekend off. You're enjoying your porridge, aren't you? Lovely to see a young girl eat, isn't it? Got a bit of a tickle in my throat today, which is annoying. I will do COVID tests before I go to work, just to be on the safe side. Just because I look after elderly and vulnerable people. Everyone there is elderly, but I think the age range, I think the youngest person is maybe in their 70s. The oldest person is 100 and something. So that's quite a wide range. And 70 is really no longer elderly, but if you have other health issues that make you vulnerable. Anyway, I popped some lipstick on and no other makeup, so I look a bit weird. It just felt like I wanted some. I will show you what I've done on the dress. I was between the pencil or this other style. I'll show you the inspiration picture, I think. I saw someone had made a pinafore out of a plaid and it looked beautiful, but she's much, much slimmer than I am and a different shape. She's very athletic, quite straight, whereas I'm not. So I was thinking maybe I should go for what I know, and I know that a pencil skirt is comfortable for me. It looks really nice and I am comfortable in it, but not for crawling on the floor, which I now do a lot of. Anyway, I'll show you that bit of footage, and then I'll have to put out some patterns. I've got one for the skirt. I need to find one for the bodice as well, and then we'll do the gingerbread houses, and I'll do that dress another day. I ordered some fabric, some red satin, to make a dress for Christmas Eve, because I think there was a few options of what we're going to do on Christmas Eve. My auntie, we're going to stay with my aunt and uncle, and my other uncle is coming, and JC will be there, and Lila. We're going to go somewhere nice on Christmas Eve, so I am going to make something silly. But, you know, sometimes those are my most fun makes, is to make something with the anticipation of a fun event and then to wear it and get all dressed up, and that is just fab. So let us begin the day. Brush your teeth up and down, brush your teeth around and around, brush your teeth from left to right, brush your teeth in the morning and the night, brush your teeth to keep them white, brush your teeth so your smile is bright, brush your teeth, it's so much fun. Brush your teeth, now the day's begun. Brush, 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 brush. Brush your teeth, now the day's begun. Finally, time to craft. Okay. So, I am a kit girl. Yep, I'm a kit girl. If I can buy the project as a kit with all the lovely little things I need in just the right amount, I will buy it. Usually, if it's a craft I've not done before, it is cheaper, by the way, because you only get what you need. You don't have to buy extra. So, for example, I did the Cinder Mouse. The Cinder Mouse? I did that ages ago. Beautiful little mice felt decorations, and there were 3 of them. And I only had, on some colours of the felt, they're made of felt, had the tiniest amount. Now, if I go to my local craft shop, fabric is sold at a minimum of half a metre. So that wouldn't have made any sense at all for me to buy half a metre when I literally needed only the smallest amount. Other crafts, it would be more expensive to buy the kit because you might actually have the stuff at home. So it's worth looking into. Bought it from Makebox with my own money. I saw it and I thought, oh, yes, thank you. It's beautiful. Also, a kit just comes so beautifully done. Although this one was a bit battered from the post. So that's what we're making. How many was it? 6? 7. People like an odd number, don't they? I'm not doing you an unboxing. I'm not selling you things, obviously. So in this joyful festive make box, you can make up to 7 air dry clay house decorations, perfect to hang on the tree, or even if you're feeling super creative, use as extra special gift tags. Each house can be made with its unique design painted in bright festive colours. The wonderful how-to booklet has lots of clay ideas. So we've got our booklet, brilliant. We've got our tiny packet of acrylic paints. I won't use those today. I have acrylic paint, so that was not necessarily needed, but that's fine. A cookie cutter. That is significantly bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be half that size. Not that it matters. Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to be the size of this picture, and they're actually huge. There we are. I suppose it's actually easier to do them bigger. Okay. What else have we got? Oh yeah, white acrylic paint, always handy. My white always goes first. A couple of implements. A skewer with no point, a paintbrush, and a sharp knife. Seems a bit excessively sharp for clay, but there we are. We've got some twine, which I actually think I have some of this at home. And this massive block of clay. So I'm just going to start. I've taken out some of my freezer paper, which I usually use for felt. I use it to cut out shapes and iron them on the felt so I can cut around them. And that is brilliant. But it's an American brand, I believe. And it's made to wrap things before they go in the freezer. Anyway, I'm going to use that to cover my table. Maybe I'll even put down my cutting mat to protect the table if that knife is pretty sharp. I would have just used a table knife, to be honest. There we are. There's a cut in my clay. I hope the clay will be alright. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm just going to start and see what happens. I have never done any clay stuff before. it's very satisfying that it all comes in really nicely and beautifully. I probably could have found some tutorials online to do something similar, but this just was so perfect for me. You've got all of your templates, all the instructions, and it's all with pictures, handy tips and tricks. Yeah. Cutting out the houses. Oh, you need a palette knife. I don't have a palette knife. Non-stick rolling pin. Oh, I did also buy a rolling pin separately. I have a kitchen rolling pin, but I somehow felt that it was possibly not the best idea to use cooking. Maybe if it was plastic I wouldn't have cared, but mine is wooden. Looks like a candle. Okay. I wore my festive jumper especially for the crafting. And I will also be eating my croissant, my chocolate croissant, before I start the crafting. It seems like too messy a craft to be snacking. You know, no. Not a good idea. Who's inside the barn, Lila? Can you open the door? Who's sleeping inside? Who is it? Can you show Mummy? Show Mummy. Do you want to see who lives in the barn? Look! There's a little bear inside. Oh, but Lila, maybe she will get lonely. Maybe she'd like to play with a horsey. They can be very good friends in there. Wow, that's very nice playing. Do you want to give a kiss to the horsey? Mwah. Mwah. Hello there. I, in all honesty, did think I would have finished my Christmas houses yesterday. There are 6 designs, I think. And I've done 3. No, there are 7. Anyway, I've done 3. Not even dry. here's one. So the upper parts, like the raised parts, have all semi-dried. And then the main body is still grey. You can see it turns white once it's done. They look gorgeous. They are massive. That is bigger than any decoration I've ever put on my tree. But okay. Alright, it is before 12. I'm going to try and do the final 4 today, which then will leave me a good couple of days for them to dry, and then I can paint. Gonna be honest, I thought this was an afternoon craft. I didn't think this through. I am glad that they are not the size I thought, because they are fiddly to do the details, and that is at a large scale. If it was half the size, which is what I thought, I don't know if my sausage fingers would have been able to accommodate such small details. Basically, I have got a table knife for cutting, a blunt skewer, which is meant to be for poking the hole to hang, but I've also been using it to get in to corners. The kit also came with this knife, which has now got dry clay all over it. Whoops. And then I made myself 3 lollipop sticks washi taped together. And I've got 2 of these, and I lay them out, and when I'm rolling the clay, it comes out the exact width of these lolly sticks, which is 5mm. And I just thought that would get me a nice even slab to cut my shape out of. I also have got some loose lolly sticks, and I've been just putting 2 together instead of 3. I've been using 2 for the upper level, so for any of the doors and windows, roof parts, anything I have to roll something out and cut it to stick on the top. I've been using 2 lolly sticks, and that just means it's slightly thinner, and that means that it's that thick in places. It's quite thick. They're quite thick ornaments. I suppose it means they're less brittle. Anyway, I have enjoyed doing them. The first one, I could not watch anything as I did it. Like anything. I had to just be doing the ornament to concentrate. Even music was really irritating me. So after I'd done one, the last one took me, I think, 35 minutes. The second one, maybe 45, 50 minutes, and the first one definitely took me a full hour. So I'm just looking at them. I have been very careful about going over the top with my finger, a wet finger, and do a lot of smoothing. It doesn't tell you to do that really in the instructions, but if you don't do that, you end up with it looking just really rough. And if I look at some of the pictures in the instruction booklet, some of it does look a little bit rough. And I'm not. Her ornaments have come out really beautifully, but I just feel like I would like them to be as smooth as possible. And I don't want any fingerprint impressions, so when I do it with my finger, I'm doing this kind of motions. I did take some footage. It was probably very boring. So I'm starting off with another house today. Anyway, I won't show you any more footage of that. Once they're all dry, I'll go over, I think, with at least 1 layer of just white acrylic paint just to give me a base. Then I'll start adding detail. Plus I've ordered, which did not come with the kit, some sealant from a company called Sculpted, and they also do kits, and they have got a matte and a gloss little pot that you paint on this product, and it's just the sealant, and I think it makes it waterproof. I think you could then use your, like if you made a vase or a pot, I think you could actually put something in it, like plant something in it. And I will just feel better that the whole thing has then been sealed. I'm just feeling a bit uncomfortable that just having this amount of effort, I want it to last. Yeah. Oh, here, Lila. So I better get a wiggle on. I've got my house coat. I made this last Vlogmas. It's a little bit big now. This was all hand stitched on. I've got it on today with this polo neck because it's so cold. Yeah, I've got this elasticated sleeves which goes up nicely, and I've got pockets on it. Whoop. It's got these lovely pockets. It is quite big, but I feel like I should just make a little dressing gown tie, and then that will just sort out my issue. I'm a little bit smaller in size than I was last Christmas. So a few of those things that I made last year are a wee bit big, but I don't want to alter them now and then potentially have to alter them again. So they're still wearable and still look good. Only I would notice they're a little bit big. I don't think anyone else would. So for now they're staying put. If there are any further changes, then I'll consider making those changes. Anyway, got to go. I've got my crock pot, a slow cooker on the go. I've got a chicken stew, which is like a creamy chicken. We've got onion, carrot, celery, and then there's creme fraiche put in through at the end with some parsley. It's very nice. It's got whole grain mustard in it. I love my slow cooker. I know not everyone does love a slow cooker, but I love a slow cooker. And my Lila likes sloppy food the best. So the slow cooker does make very good sloppy food. I also like sloppy food. Stews, soups, anything saucy, fabulous in the slow cooker. So I'm looking forward to that. It's 5.5 hours until dinner time, and it's 5.5 hours left on the slow cooker. So just as I'm getting peckish for dinner, it will be ready to go. I might have it on its own, but I could do rice or pasta. We'll see. Maybe I'll just have it on its own. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I have edited a podcast this morning, so that should be up today. Well, are we the 5th today? I don't know. And I've been knitting on Daniel's scarf. It is the knit from hell. It's just the scarf that keeps on going. On the illustration, it's got 4 lines of colours that you have to knit, and tells you, it's a picture that I'm copying, it tells you on each block of colour how many rows that you need to do. So I have done 3 out of 4 lines, which means I'm 3/4 of the way through this scarf. Over 100 hours, I think, I've been doing this. Every evening when I sit down, I plug away on this project. And I have told him already that he had better love his Christmas present. It needs to be worn to death. Wah! I didn't think this through, really, did I? I've still got loads of knitting to do, and I've got other projects to make. Nothing better than a self-imposed deadline, is there? Yeah, I could just not do these things, but I decided to do them. Still got a couple of preserves to make. I still got a couple of knitting projects, and now I want to make myself 2 dresses. I'm going to tip myself over the edge. You'll watch me slowly throughout these videos lose my mind. No, that happened a long time ago. That happened many months ago. Yeah, definitely happened a long time ago. Okay, I want these ornaments done because Madam only has a short window. Well, she sleeps for 3 to 4 hours. I can't complain. I can't complain. Here's the mess. Oh, watching a podcast. Now, I've made them all. 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have got enough. I could make 2 or 3 more, I think. But there we are. These 2 and that one I did yesterday, so you can see they're partially dry. Shouldn't touch them when they're partially dry, should you really? Crack them. And then the rest I did today. And oh goodness me. Oh, you'll have seen my filthy carpet. That carpet is awfully stained. All right. Oh, my fingers were starting to go numb. Okay. So the fabric that I've got in the mannequin, this wool plaid, I'm gonna add this skirt, no pockets, with a bodice from this book, and it's that dress pattern. I'm only going to use the bodice, and if you can see it clearly, I don't know if you can see, this is a completely straight dress. There is a bust dart that goes from the side seam into the bust, but there are no darts into the waist. So I will add waist darts here and possibly even change the side seams. And that's what I'm going to do. I like that because that neckline is just what I was looking for. No sleeves, square but slightly slanted, I think is going to be flattering. And it's not very high up. It's a nice height. I think it comes somewhere around here, so I can show like a good amount of whatever I'm wearing underneath. So that will be, oh yeah, there's the line drawing of it. Oh, hello. Yeah, there's the line drawing. To be honest, I probably could just go in with that dress, but I won't like the wrinkles. I know I won't like those wrinkles at the waist. Oh, I'm getting deja vu.